Alright, so right now I'm able to connect to the internet via that Windows machine, but it's here in terminal. I want to be able to actually connect remotely for that Windows machine. And in order to do that, I want to actually use the rule, a NAT rule, a destination NAT rule on Checkpoint to connect to my Windows machine. So the first thing you have to do on your Windows machine, you have to open up a remote connection configuration. Let me show you where this is. You have to go for computer, right click and go for properties, and you have to open RDP. You go for remote settings from here, and you go for allow connections from from computers running any version of remote desktop, right? So you can use a default, then you click OK. You can use a default RDP client, or you can use an application that I have here. This is called mRemote-ng. It's a great RDP tool, which is way easier to use than regular RDP client, but this is just my own preference. I'm gonna show you how to do it here, but you can use any RDP client as you want. So let's go for our Checkpoint configuration, and over here, in order to do that, you have to create a new rule in security policy, then go for NAT, and then over here on top, you go for add rule above, and we're going to create a new rule, which is we're going to call it to Windows. Let's do actually RDP to Windows. So any source can connect. Our source, original source, can be any address, it can be anything. Original destination. So this is where the client is actually trying to connect to the original destination. So the original destination that the client actually gonna connect to is our Checkpoint address. This is gonna be this address, 5104.2287. Because from the point of view of the user, the original address is this one, and the translated address is something that Checkpoint translates. So this is the original destination, where the traffic is destined. It's destined for that address because this is routable on the internet. This is our Checkpoint address, and we are going to do that on our external interface. And service, over here we can choose any service, any port number that will be used. And let me show you how to do that. So we can actually create a new port, and to do that you have to go over here and go for services, new, more, service, and we're gonna create a TCP port, and we're gonna give it a random number. Actually, it doesn't matter, so we're gonna call it win port. It's alright if we don't give it any name. So we're gonna, I mean, like proper name. It doesn't have to be called TCP, whatever, something. You still have to paste something here. So in port, we're gonna let's go for 5000. It's, you know, you can choose any number really. So we're choosing 5000, and in advanced, you don't have to click anything actually. So we're gonna go for OK. We just created WinPort, and we're gonna add that WinPort. Oh, it's actually used somewhere else. So let's go for OK. Let's go for 555. Hopefully it's not used anywhere. Used. Okay, let's go for another port, which is not used. Okay, 11,000 is not used anywhere, so that's what I'm gonna use. So let's go here, and we can actually type in 11,000 like that, and over here we have WinPort. So this is our original packet. This is where the packet is destined to, so it's gonna go for 5. Okay, I'm actually gonna show you later. So, and translated source is gonna be original because we're not translating any source. And as for the destination, what we are doing here, we are translating it for the address, which is our Windows machine, and we have to add it here because we don't have that machine here. We need to actually add it. We have a network where the Windows machine is, which is 192.168.1.0, but we need to have our Windows machine defined specifically. So we're gonna go for new, then we're gonna go for more. No, actually host. We're gonna go for host. And over here, let's call it WinMachine 7. Okay, let's give it this name. And over here, we're pasting the Windows Windows address, we are not gonna NAT it because we don't need it. So we're gonna click OK. And the I've just created here, so I want to paste it in translated destination. So we're gonna paste it here, and we're gonna translate the service to our RDP. So let's put RDP here in the filter, and we have Remote Desktop Protocol. So we're gonna use Microsoft RDP 3389 port. It's already here. So we're gonna click that. And once we have that policy over here, what I want you to do, I want to push the policy and then install it. Publish and install the policy. So it's gonna take a couple of seconds, and then we're gonna go for our mremote ng and paste all of the necessary information, so it's gonna make way more sense. We have just finished policy installation, and let's go for our RDP client. So we're gonna go for connections, and we're gonna create a new connection. So let's go for new connection, and we're gonna call it Windows 7 checkpoint. So in the protocol, instead of 3389, which is default RDP protocol, we have to paste 11,000 because this is our original packet, which is not translated. So as our IP address, we have to use our checkpoint address, which is this address. So let's just copy it from here, because this is where we are connecting. So we're gonna copy that address and paste it right here. So as for the, actually, you know what? I don't remember the name of my user, so I guess I have to check it. Let me really quickly check what's the name of my, should be admin actually, but that's fine. Maybe it's Eugene. So okay, we will try something out. We need to connect there. If you know the username or password is wrong, we can always play around that. The thing with testing here is how we are able to connect. So I have it here. So let's try Eugene. It's good. So the next thing is our password, and let's try perform a connection. Okay, perfect. As you can see here, I'm able to connect. Unfortunately, I don't have my wallpaper here. For some reason, it's not there. Let's paste it here so I can see palms over there. So as you can see now, I'm able to connect via my checkpoint device. And now you know how to do that. Now you know what address you have to paste over here, which is our external IP address of firewall. And we use our port 11,000. So you know, on the checkpoint side, how it would look, you go for a security policy, and over here, our original destination is the address 5104.2287. Original service is 11,000 because this is how the client is generating the packet, and as our translated destination, we're choosing our Windows machine address, which is in our internal network 192.168.1.2, and as a translated service, we are using default RDP port, which is 3389.